Hey guys, Dylan from Harbinger here. I'm just letting you know to listen to Rock Zone. Shit's fucking amazing. They do amazing videos, amazing interviews, and keep your eyes out because they got more coming. Peace.
Na kus řeči s Frankem.
Nazdar, bando! Zdraví vás Frank z Rock 105.9 a vítám vás u dalšího dílu pořadu Na kus řeči s Frankem. Dneska moje pozvání přijal frontman kapely Harbinger z Británie Dilan Alves. A my se pojďme podívat, jak Harbinger vypadali tady ve futuru, když jeli turné spolu s Fallujah a Rivers of Nihil, a pak teda samozřejmě pojďme na to interview jako takový. Dilan Alves, frontman of Harbinger band, makeup effects maker for Mold Maker, if I'm correct.
That's right.
Former frontman of Nexilva and a cat lover. Did I miss something?
No, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's definitely right.
Okay, so how are you today and how did you enjoy the show?
Yeah, it was awesome. Like, it was really good. I'm feeling good. I worked in Prague like 3 years ago, so it was really nice to come back and like check the place out, see what it's about, you know. Reminisce a little bit and show the Americans around, and it was good. Had some schnitzel, sorted.
Speaking about the reminiscence, did you have time to like go for a walk to
Yeah. So went into the old town, saw the clock tower again, like the astronomical clock, and walked around, went through Charles Bridge, you know, the big bridge, and saw all the places that I missed, and it was really good. You know, weather could have been better, but hey, it's okay.
Yeah, it's fall. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, it's not that long since you joined Harbinger, and ever since then was released the EP A Letter to Anguish. Be sure to check it out. How do you feel about the receptions from fans and critics on the EP so far?
Honestly, like, I think I'm really stoked. You know, like, it was the first album that I really like wrote the lyrics for, because I was in Nexilva before, but when I joined, they kind of already had like most stuff done. So I feel like I didn't put as much of my own personal input, like lyrically, into it. So it was good to write and get my own feelings out there. And I think people are kind of resonating with it, which is good. And it from what the guys have said, it's kind of had more public acknowledgement than previous albums, which is, you know, awesome. Mm-hmm. And it's good. The shows are going really well. And it's really fun to play the new songs live. So yeah, all good so far, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me something more about the EP? What's the story behind the A Letter to Anguish?
So
if there's any story.
So kind of like when we started writing the album, like over COVID, we had about 35 or 36 songs in like our demos folder.
35 to 36.
Yeah.
Way too much.
Yeah, exactly. And we were like, shit, okay, we have to pick like our favorite ones. And we had like 8 that we were kind of looking at, but then we ended up with just these 6. And the overarching like lyrical theme is just, I guess, anguish. So this is, you know, so it's from a refugee standpoint. You know, prayer of deliverance was about just the unfairness that, you know, the Britain like did with the refugees, and kind of like interlocking that, also comparing it to, you know, what the Nazis did back in the day. And Guiltless and A Letter to Anguish are both about like a relationship that I had that just didn't really end well for either party. It was just not a good time. Guile was again like a family issue, and Antagonist. What am I missing? So Guile. Oh yeah, Antagonist and Hate File. Yeah. Those are also about just like social relationships and just feeling betrayed and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So overall, the mini album's just about anguish and feelings of just unfairness in the world, both like personally and just around me in the world, that I thought were pointed out, you know.
I sensed a lot of political stuff, like in Hate File especially.
Yeah.
like the ending part, and the part where you are singing "Everywhere You Go, the hair will follow."
Yeah.
So I can like imagine that that's about the politics, and how people are blind actually sometimes or most times.
Yeah.
So yeah. I was mentioning that you are not that long in Harbinger. Can you tell me more about the story, how you got into the band actually?
Oh, that's the funny one. Because so I moved to the UK about 8 years ago. Not to go too far back, but I moved to the UK about 8 years ago. And one of my friends I was still studying back then. And one of my friends that I went to college with actually like took me to an underground show. And that was Harbinger's second ever gig. They were like maybe the second band on, and Nexilva were like the band that was the main band that was playing. It was like an all-dayer thing. There was like 8 or 9 bands that were playing. And so I had never been to an underground like metal show or anything in the UK or anywhere really. I was like 16 at the time or 17. And so I was like, yo, you guys are fucking sick, blah, blah. So I met Ben and Charlie and Joel that day, and we kind of became friends since then. And just like hanging out in the same social group. And a couple of years ago when, I saw Tom was leaving, I was like, well, this is my fucking chance, the stuff with Nexilva had just broken up not too long, like maybe like a year before. And I was just itching to get into a band. And like, I had known the Harbinger guys for so long. So it only made sense for me to just really try and get in. They made me audition like everyone else, which is fair.
Yeah.
But, they thought I did a good job, and we're here now in fucking Prague talking to you. It's been a good journey so far, I think.
Can you tell me a few words about why did like actually Nexilva disbanded? Because they're not active ever since you left.
No. I didn't leave. The band just kind of disbanded generally.
Why?
So I joined the band after the band was already in a hiatus for like 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
They had like a whole album, like 12 or 13 songs already written, and like they were mixed, mastered. They just needed vocals. And, I was posting cover videos all the time. And even though they weren't auditioning people, I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to audition. And I messaged the guys on Facebook or whatever. And at the time I thought, whoa, this band is like huge. And I was talking to them and I was like, well, I can't believe these guys like give me a chance. So I auditioned for them. And, they declined the first time. So I just tried again like a year later or something. And they were like, yo, you still interested in like joining Nexilva and giving this a try? And the band had been disbanded by then by like 4 or 5 years. So they saw that I was like really enthusiastic and like really looking forward to, bringing the band back up and getting to do more stuff again. And and then so they're like, fuck it, let's give this another try. And then it just, after a year, they just saw that their heart just wasn't in making metal music anymore. So now Connor, which was like the main songwriter and like band leader at the time, he's in a band called No You, which is like a pop band, so that's kind of the style that he likes to write now. And it's completely fair enough. He just lost interest for metal. Basically, there's no people issues, you know what I mean? It wasn't like we hate each other or anything.
No hard feelings.
Yeah, no hard feelings at all. It was just the band drifted apart because I lived in London and they're from Newcastle, and that's like an 8-hour drive.
Yeah.
So as much as I would have liked to be more involved in the band and like management and stuff like that, I just couldn't, just because I was so far away. And I was also so young. I was like 19 at the time. And even though like I was really passionate about it, there was just logistically, it just didn't work out. So
too many things like school, work and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I had already like finished college and I wasn't going to uni.
Okay.
But I was working at the time and that was fine. But I wasn't the main band leader. Like it was mainly like Connor and stuff, and he just wasn't that interested anymore. And Nexilva was his baby, so it just makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this should be your first European tour ever since you are in Harbinger. How do you? It's
ever. I've never been to Europe touring or anything. Yeah.
How do you feel so far about the European audience? I mean, is it different than the UK one for you?
Oh, that's a tough question because I've not really done that many shows like in general. Like this year we've done a lot of shows, but before this year I had maybe played like 15 shows.
But
like,
you did like this year you did like a lot of shows in UK.
Yeah.
Right now
like
you're in
25,
Europe.
maybe, yeah.
And this is so far like I don't know, 5th show in Central Europe already, I think.
Yeah.
And there has to be some kind of difference.
Yeah, I think so. Well, for one, it's easier to get. I find it's easier to get the crowd to respond a little bit to what I'm saying in the UK, but I think that might just be because of a language thing. You know, people aren't really understanding exactly what I'm saying, which is fair enough. You know, like if someone was speaking in German, I'd be like, I don't fucking know, you know. But yeah, I think really good. I think people are just really craving getting metal into their ears again and being in a live music setting and just enjoying it. Like there's not been, even as an opening band, you know, like we're the opening band for the package, and there's not been a single show outside of this actually, the show that we just played. But I still enjoyed the show. That people haven't moved, you know? And I think in the UK, sometimes it's a bit harder, like when there's smaller shows, to get people to move around and mosh and stuff like that. But I guess different people enjoy the shows differently. But I think here, people really love it, you know? Especially in Germany. People are fucking crazy for metal in Germany.
They are, but that wasn't your fault. I can speak for all the people over here that we have too many shows per day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like for example today.
Oh, yeah, At the Gates are playing, right?
Yeah, with In Flames and Orbit Culture, and just today,
Wow.
just today, there's like 13 to 15 rock, metal, and punk shows.
No way, really?
Just in Prague. The same is going for tomorrow, and then the next day.
Wow.
So there's way too many shows.
I want to live here again.
So it's not your fault. People are just a little tired, you know.
They
and
do this every day.
yeah, they are doing this every day, and the fact that you are opening the whole package.
Yeah, people don't know us.
They came like from outside, cold, you know, and stuff. So yeah, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
I can definitely say that everyone.
Thanks, man.
I don't know if everyone, but a lot of people liked your music. So I'm quite sure about that. I'm positive about that, and so yeah, that's.
Yeah, I get it. I think Milky was just telling me, like in backstage after we played, he was like, "Oh yeah, I was just outside, like smoking or whatever, and some guy approached me. He was like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry for not moshing. I just bought a beer. And it's good beer. I can't just throw it away to go mosh." And I'm like, fair enough, man. I completely understand. I'd be the same. So yeah.
But yeah, it's the fact that sometimes people can get more rowdy in UK. For example, when I saw like the show of Malevolence with Architects and Sleep Token in Ellipelli, that was the biggest circle pit I ever saw.
Oh yeah,
you know?
I saw videos of that. It looked insane.
For example, but then I saw many other shows in UK, and they were just standing over there, just watching and listening to the music. You know, the same goes for Germany and other countries. You know, so
yeah.
It depends.
Yeah, I think it depends on the show and the amount of people that are there. And again, like as an opening band, you know, usually we don't have as many people because like if you have 100 people watching you and only 5 of those people like to mosh pit, that's only 5 people in the mosh pit. But if you have the same ratio but 1,000 people, that's 50 people in the mosh pit. You know what I mean? It's so much better. So It's just a hit or miss. You know, sometimes you just don't get it, and that's absolutely fine, man. I appreciate people just like, as long as people are banging their heads, I'm happy. You know, and people were definitely banging their heads. So,
Yeah.
So
They were definitely.
Yeah.
That leads me to the question: what can fans of Harbinger look forward to from the band itself? Are there any plans until the end of the year, or maybe earlier next year? I mean, like, taking that you are right now on the tour, like, I mean, after the tour, or maybe during the tour, if you have something in the pocket, something in the plan.
So the rest of the year, you know, we finish this tour in like 3 weeks, and that's like the beginning of December. So we only have basically really those 2 weeks to do something until Christmas and until like the New Year and stuff. People don't really care during those times because they are visiting family and stuff. But we actually have a headline show planned for the 17th of December. We're doing like a charity show, so we're donating a lot to food banks and stuff like that.
London?
In Kingston, so like kind of central to Harbinger, really. Like we're mainly like based around Guildford, but Kingston is like quite central to us. So we're doing that, and then in February, if I'm correct, we're doing a small little Ireland tour. So we're doing 4 dates in Ireland, and then we're in the talks right now of probably writing around. Not confirmed, but we're like, well, it's confirmed that we're all meeting up for a couple of weeks, like just renting out someplace outside the city or something where we can just write for 2 weeks and see what comes out. Don't know what's gonna come out yet, but yeah, we're just gonna write for 2 weeks, and around maybe March and April, and maybe it's an album, maybe it's an EP, maybe it's 3 albums. I don't know.
Maybe a tour afterwards?
Yeah, maybe a tour. I don't know. Right now, like 2023, we haven't gotten too many things planned, but we're definitely playing like some festivals and stuff, and it should be good.
Also in Europe?
Nothing announced yet. Yeah, definitely in Europe. Yeah.
Can,
Nothing in American. Yeah.
can you tell if there's any festival here in Czech?
In Czech, nothing confirmed for Czech, I don't think.
We have 3 festivals that I can think of that you can play. That's Brutal
That's
Assault,
Brutal Assault.
Rock for People, and Fight Fest.
Wow. Yeah, no, none of those 3 so far. But fucking, you know, if you know the guy, just let him know about Harbinger, because we'd love to fucking play, you know.
Okay, if you're watching this, definitely book Harbinger. Okay, I have one last question for you, Dilan, and it's really easy. Maybe it's really easy for you. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Pineapple on pizza.
Yes or not?
I'm gonna disappoint everyone and say it's okay.
You know what? You are not disappointing anyone because you are splitting with every other people that I did interview with into the half.
Yeah.
That's like exactly half and half.
Yeah.
Half of the people are saying yes, half of the people are saying no.
I mean, for me, like, it's not so horrible that I wouldn't eat it. Like, if someone gave me a slice of pizza and it had pineapple, I'd be like, fine. I wouldn't take the pineapple off, you know, it's just fine. But I also wouldn't be like, yo, put some fucking pineapple on that pizza. It's not that good, you know, it's okay. It's fine. If you want to do it, fine. I'm not going to judge you, but you can keep it, you know? Yeah.
So the last thing is, if you have anything on your mind or on your heart for the fans of Harbinger or for anyone else, it's all yours.
Thanks. For starters, thank you for caring. That's really cool. Yeah, just keep following us. More shit's gonna come. And we're ready for the future, and we're ready for you, baby. See you at a show soon.
Okay, that was Dilan Alves from Harbinger, frontman and singer. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Be sure to listen to Harbinger everywhere on their streaming platforms. Follow them on every social media, buy their merch, go to their shows, and be sure to check our older videos. Subscribe to this channel, share this video, comment this video, like this video, and see you soon again on the next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.
Peace.